I love how I need a stool to get up here. Okay. I like to believe that creativity is a birthright. I think that no matter who you are, you should have the right to use your imagination and to change the world. Hi, my name is Kylee Majkowski, and I'm a mini-preneur. Allow me to start with my story. When I was 7 years old, I was sitting in my second grade classroom listening to what seemed like my millionth lesson on Martin Luther King Jr. It was my third. At that point, I thought I could tell you everything about him from when he was born to his final words. There was no other way to describe it. I was bored. When I came home, my mom and I had our usual chats about the day, and I told her all about how tedious it was to listen to what I already knew. Apparently, I'd been good all week, so she took me to her workplace, which at the time was an incubator. I was in awe of everything that was going on. Everyone knew exactly what they were doing, and were getting right on it. There were conferences, cubicles, phone calls, laptops, and I loved it. I looked up at my mom and asked her what everyone was doing. She told me that they were entrepreneurs who were starting their own businesses. Later on, I asked why we weren't doing that in school. The answer I got was, I don't know. What if you did something about it? And I did something about it. After that, Tomorrow's Lemonade Stand was born. Now, just to clarify, many people are confused by our name. We've never actually done a lemonade stand. A lemonade stand is just typically the first entrepreneurial thing a kid will usually do, except we took it to the next level. Tomorrow's Lemonade Stand, or TLS for short, is a company that teaches kids from the ages of 7 to 11 how to become entrepreneurs through classroom learning and online quests and badges. Our cornerstones include creativity, risk, passion, and empathy. Our curriculum has 4 sessions, all designed to get children on the right track to a better future. Actually, Tomorrow's Lemonade Stand was originally Lifty, which stood for Little Ladies Inventing Fun Through Entrepreneurship. We don't bring up Lifty often, but it was focused on teaching girls their own power by letting them start businesses. It had a lot of the same concepts of TLS. In fact, I wrote most of the badges that are currently in Tomorrow's Lemonade Stand while I was in Lifty. We stayed with girls for about a year until I turned 8 and boys suddenly weren't evil anymore. After that, we rebranded and got onto Kickstarter. We didn't reach our goal, so we thought something was missing. That's when we decided that the quests and badges should go online, and we created our virtual badging system. I guess that is really when TLS was born. Some people ask me why I do TLS, and I tell them that besides the fact that I love it, that I'm in it for the long run. Years from now, people who were a part of Tomorrow's Lemonade Stand are going to know much more about businesses than most. I've been going to school for a while now, and let me tell you what they don't teach. They don't teach you how to be creative or to use your imagination. They teach you facts that half the time you don't really need to know, and you forget immediately after the test. I've learned so much through Tomorrow's Lemonade Stand. I've learned all about individuality and leadership. I learned that kids have different minds than adults and generate ideas more quickly. I learned that you need to prep early in order to understand things later on. And I believe those are a few things every child in America should know. There's so many brilliant minds in this country, and I think that no matter how young you are, you can always give yourselves a brighter future. Let me tell you why I chose these 4 cornerstones. We teach creativity because it's the gasoline that powers every entrepreneur's car. The car cannot run without it. Albert Einstein said that creativity is just intelligence having fun. Many believe that creativity is not a choice. They think you either have it or you don't. I could not disagree more. I think that TLS can bring out the creativity in everyone. And I think this is one of our strongest cornerstones because it's something that kids just have. For example, superior temporal gyrus is the part of your brain that gives you those aha moments when you have a really good idea. It's been scientifically proven that kids have these moments and generate ideas more often. Brainstorming is usually the most exciting part for the mini-preneurs. They love knowing that anything is possible and that if you can dream it, you can do it. I don't know a kid alive who doesn't love that feeling. Does anyone know what this is? Please tell me you know what this is. And please, like some of you are educators here, please tell me you know that this is a piece of paper. We teach the kids in TLS to accept how much power can be made in this piece of paper. We teach them that so many great things have been started on pieces of paper just like this. Shakespeare's plays have all been started on a piece of paper just like this. What once was a little idea that turned into a large company has started on pieces of paper just like this. We teach mini-preneurs to accept the value of these pieces of paper and understand that their ideas, their little ideas, can turn into big companies today, like Apple or something, I don't know. We teach creativity because we are giving kids the opportunity to do what they can't do in school. We're giving them the opportunity to use their imagination. We teach risk because no one wants to play it safe all the time. I mean, where does that get you? Nowhere. The answer is nowhere. I mean, think about it. For the people in this room who have started a business, didn't you have to take a risk or two here and there? And sometimes you fail because I guess that's life. Not everything always works out perfectly. And we teach the mini-preneurs to accept that. We teach them that it's okay to take a little jump sometimes instead of just walking. And if you fall, we teach them to stand right back up, dust yourself off, and to keep moving forward. Passion is the drive that everyone needs to keep going. It's that little voice inside your head that says, I love what I do, which is why I'm going to go through the work to continue doing it. Everyone has a passion, and we teach them, the mini-preneurs, to surround themselves with their passion and to base their company around it. Nobody wants to be doing something they don't think is worth doing. Like Hunter S. Thompson said, anything that gets your blood raging is probably worth doing. We want every mini-preneur inside TLS's blood raging, knowing that they love what they're surrounding themselves with. We teach empathy, and it's that little voice inside your head, and it's saying, I understand you. I get what you're going through. Or saying, I would want this if I was a customer of yours, which is why I'm gonna maybe buy it, I don't know. People always wonder why we need to know about empathy in order to become entrepreneurs. Well, I think in order to please anybody, you have to understand them. You have to think, if I was in their position, would I buy their product or service, and why? There are so many choices on what you could or could not buy these days. And we want to teach the next generation of entrepreneurs how to care about everything. Those they serve, how it affects the planet, and most importantly, how it can make the world a better place. I had to use all these cornerstones to get where I currently am, and I want kids everywhere to understand that journey. Now, some of you are probably wondering how we actually start our businesses. We do this in 4 sessions. In the first session, we teach the entrepreneurs the basics. We teach them all about our 4 cornerstones and give them the details on all of them. In our second session, we help the mini-preneurs decide if they want their business to be a product or a service, and we give them the pros and cons of both. In our third session, we create and build the business. This one's my favorite. We start brainstorming, and we get all our ideas out there. In our 4th session, we sell, sell, sell. We actually get the mini-preneurs out of their classroom or club room, and we get them out there and selling their product or service. For our graduation, we'll pitch to other local entrepreneurs who will give advice to the kids if they want to continue their business in the future. Now let me explain our process. First, we come up with a problem that needs to be solved. Next, we come up with a way to solve that problem. For example, one of our mini-preneurs, Ethan, was frustrated because his grandma had trouble communicating with him via technology. So he started a company called Connect 60+, which teaches seniors how to work better with technology. This also reminds me a lot of the movie that was shown last night, Cyber Seniors or something. Yeah, I don't know, just remind me of it. Okay, we start our companies by taking a simple problem and creating a simple answer to that problem. Next, we'll create a team so that we can make the idea a reality. We'll create our own logos, make our own website, name our companies, and build our marketing plan. Here's some of the logos that we created. You know, sometimes I just kind of stop and look at these because there are moments when I just kind of think to myself, these things are made by kids. Like, you see that seasonal scars one? It's made by an 8-year-old. An 8-year-old made that. She started that company, she got it off the ground, and she started selling. These are the moments when I just stop and think, how much kids can do with that little bit of help. There's so many successes that Tomorrow's Lemonade Stand has had. One of the ones was when we partnered with Google's Lemonade Day, which is a program that helps kids in unfortunate areas start lemonade stands. And we taught entrepreneurship to children in Stanton Elementary, which is an underserved school in Washington, D.C. Every week, we would send one of our TLS representatives to teach them about one of our cornerstones. Their lemonade stands were more than just lemonade stands. They were displays of how when kids put their minds to it, they can do so much. They showed creativity by making fun signs and putting little umbrellas in their lemonade, and they showed risk by trying out new flavors. They were just one of the many reminders of how children can be so brilliant and accomplish so much with a little help. Another one of the greatest moments in my TLS years was when in April of this year, I gave a speech at the Fórum da Liberdade, or Liberty Forum in Brazil. The forum, which is 30 years old, supports liberty and justice for the people of Brazil. I was the first 10-year-old ever to speak there. During my time in Brazil, I met with hundreds of children ranging from first graders to seniors in college. Many of them wanted me to see their business ideas, and a lot of them were really great. The day I gave my speech, kids were taken out of school to see me speak, and there were thousands of young business professionals attending. It was so wonderful teaching entrepreneurship to this rapidly developing country. Despite all the attention that I was receiving, one little girl sticks out in my mind. I remember her following me before my speech, and when I was finished, there she stood waiting for me. The girl was about 2 years younger than I, and she handed me her business card, and I handed her mine. She didn't speak any English, and her mother took her out of school that day to watch me speak. And I know that my program can help thousands like her, and that is why I stand up here today, so that I know that all the kids in the world have that opportunity, so that they can learn so much at a young age and understand what they are learning because they're having fun with it. Miss Lisa asked for big ideas, and I just told you about mine. What once was a 7-year-old girl bored in class has now become an 11-year-old entrepreneur on the path to success. And I truly believe that children everywhere can pave their own path to a brighter future. All they need is a little push. You can join the TLS movement today and earn your supporter badge by logging onto our website, which also has all our social media for all the teenagers in the front row with your little phones and stuff. Let me end with the 2 most important words my mother ever taught me. Thank you. Thank you so much for letting me come here and share my thoughts about the future for my generation. Through this journey, I found my passion. Thank you for letting me prove that children everywhere can find their passion and use their imagination and use creativity. Thank you for letting me prove that that is a birthright.